What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from the official WeGameHere.com. And welcome to the 6th episode of One-on-One with Fame Entertainment. Now, you guys know this is a platform for gamers and YouTubers alike to come on and let their voice be heard. Now, today I got with me a special guest, my UK brother from another mother, Mr. Crispy Chris. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my man. Let them know who you are.
Yeah, that's right. It's Chris62, your gaming gentleman, a member of WeGameHere and admin for Extreme Xbox Gamers, here with the podcast.
All right, my man. As you know, at this time, I want to pretty much tell everybody about yourself, about your channel. You know, what really got you going and doing this YouTube thing, and yeah, pretty much tell people about your channel, my man.
Yeah, so basically, my channel was built for all gamers, really. I just talk about sort of the latest gaming news. I am sort of pro Xbox, and I think that is because I've only got 360 and Xbox One at the moment, but I am a fan of Nintendo as well. So I really want to cover all types of gaming on my channel, and but having fun along the way.
What really got you into doing YouTube? I know I first heard of your channel through Microbox of X, who's another fellow WeGameHere member. What really got you into wanting to do YouTube?
Yeah, that is a good question. You know, it was Gibmeister is one of the person who influences me, and DarionizKing and King Dre and the whole title WeGameHere community. And I thought it'd be really nice to be part of this community. And I thought to start it off, I'll do a YouTube channel about gaming. And I think what really made me do YouTube was the fact Xbox One has this inbuilt DVR system which allows you to record game clips and voiceovers. Now, there was no need to go out and buy these expensive hardware to do a YouTube channel. You could do it right from the Xbox One, and that's what really drew me to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I know Xbox had just got the for the preview members, the 60 frames per second with the game recording, so that's even better. And that's great, you know, because I use my Xbox as well. I wasn't going to go out and paying $150 on the Elgato. So, I mean, that's great that Xbox allows people who want to be on YouTube, who want to get their voice out there, give them a way to do it without spending extra money. So that's absolutely amazing. Now, one thing you had mentioned in the introduction, you was talking about Xbox Gamers. So for you guys who don't know, Extreme Xbox Gamers is an association with WeGameHere. You want to talk to people a little bit about the Extreme Xbox Gamers group? Try to get some people started that way.
Yeah, you know, Extreme Xbox Gamers Group is basically the group all about like extreme Xbox gamers, fans of Xbox. It's a really nice community, and I think everyone who cares about their gaming should join in with the Extreme Xbox Gamers. It's a massive community. I think we reached about 1,700 members now, or 17,000 actually. But it's absolutely fantastic, and it's a brilliant community. It's we always manage the community, so it's no hate. We don't allow that, and it really is a community for the pro Xbox gamers.
And that's amazing. I think this combination with EXG and WeGameHere, you know, I think we can take each one to new heights. It's an amazing feat for Extreme Xbox Gamers to reach 17,000 subscribers in a year. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. So big shout out to Extreme Xbox Gamers and the owners and admins. That was a great job, and I think this relationship between EXG and WeGameHere can take both groups to new heights. But to move on from that, like I said, Crispy Chris is my UK brother from another mother. And it came out recently about Sony not, well, they will be at GamesCom, but they would not. They will have a keynote. They would not have a conference. Now, Chris, I want to get your thoughts on how this could affect Microsoft as far as being the only big-time console player at GamesCom this year.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, it was when I saw this article, I was quite surprised because Sony always really has a big presence, at the GamesCom, Games Conference, and you know, it seems a bit weird that they would just not have a conference. And I think the reason for that is what time is it? Is it October time or somewhere around there? Because Microsoft have got their Halo for one, and they've got some AAA titles and first party titles that they can really show off. And I think that, I mean, Sony having a conference where Microsoft is showing off Halo 5 and Gears of War, and the competition wouldn't be there. And I think, I don't know what really Sony is doing with their titles and the AAAs and the first parties, but I think, if Sony did have a conference, they would just be pushed aside, because this conference is to do with Microsoft, with the big launch of Halo 5.
Now, I know a lot of people have been saying, what I'm reading, that Sony is not having a conference there because it's so close to E3 this year. They're supposed to be doing this event in Paris, which all the Sony guys have been talking about. Well, they got Paris. I've been gaming for a long time. This is the first time I've ever heard of a Paris Games Week. Have you ever heard of this before?
No, I was a bit. So they're having their own conference in Paris, which is a bit weird. I've never heard of, like you said. So I really don't know what they've got planned. I know what Microsoft are going to plan and what they're going to do, but to be honest, I have no clue what Sony are going to bring to the table to combat the Halo 5 and to combat the exclusives and all of that, to bring the attention, because all the attention I see at the moment through gaming press and articles focuses on Microsoft's side. And I don't know about you, but I haven't seen much of that focus on PlayStation lately.
Yeah, it seemed like as soon as Bloodborne released, and maybe 2 weeks after Bloodborne released, I haven't seen much Sony news. Like, we got those guys who are extreme Sony guys who post about games that are coming out. A lot of but the games aren't really mainstream, they aren't really big titles. But ever since Bloodborne, I haven't really heard anything like major coming out of the Sony side. And to go back to the Paris Game Week, it's kind of weird that they are having that conference on, if I'm not mistaken, on the same day that Halo 5 releases. So I'm not sure if they're trying to undercut Microsoft, or they don't realize, or they didn't realize they needed there, because I don't see that game conference really deterring people from buying and playing Halo 5.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it's just a case because of that, it's competition straight away, and I don't think you don't want to be in the same room as your competition. They're doing Halo 5. It'll be a slaughterhouse if you join Microsoft in that thing. So I think they have to do their separate conference.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean, it absolutely does make sense. We all know that Halo 5 is a blockbuster. It's been top 3, top 5 in pre-orders since the moment it was announced. Before it was even a release date, it was top 3 in pre-order. So I mean, it's going to be really tough to go up against the monster that is Halo 5 if it truly is getting back to the root of Halo and expanding the series. Did you play the beta at all?
Yes, I did play the beta, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I think we may be getting another beta down the line, and that's what I think they may announce at E3 or at the conference. I do think another beta is coming. I think from the beta alone, because that gave people an idea of what Halo 5 is going to be about, because it really is about the multiplayer, and Halo 5, that increased the pre-order sales, and from the new trailers we got, Hunt the Truth, with their Agent Locke and Master Chief fighting it off. I think, this is their flagship title. And what is really important for Microsoft, and this may be getting on to the next topic, is where the Halo Master Chief collection, and that we cannot afford to have that mistake. It was a great game, but Microsoft cannot afford to rush Halo 5.
That makes sense. And speaking of Halo 5, to continue on the blockbusters that are coming, I want to touch on this holiday. What do you think about the lineup? That it seems like Microsoft really focuses on the big titles during the holiday season. Sometimes to a fault, because it's kind of dry during April. I mean, during spring and summer, because they focus so much on the holiday lineup to pretty much October, November, December, pretty much dominate gaming in the holidays. I mean, what are your thoughts about this this upcoming holiday season as far as Xbox goes?
Yeah, you know, the holiday season is absolutely jam-packed. In fact, it's so jam-packed, and that's the only games we know about. The games that have already been in development at E3 and then will be announced at E3 and then released for November. It's like our wallets will be totally empty in the December months and the winter months. And there just seems a lot of games to be released. You've got Halo 5, you've got Rise of the Tomb Raider, you've got other great games, you've got Forza Motorsport 6. I think Quantum Break had to be pushed back to get out of the seasons, and some games are probably going to get delays.
You think we're getting Gears, the Gears 1 remaster this holiday season?
I think we'll get that because 10-year anniversary, isn't it, next year? So we may be seeing that next year, but maybe they'll do a beta for it. Apparently there is a Gears of War beta, which we may see in the holiday season, and then when the actual game launches next year.
Now, see, I kind of think that I'm kind of thinking that the game might be announced at E3, because I can tell you for 100% fact that there is a Gears of War beta that's going on right now. A lot of people aren't aware of this, but I mean, it's not one of the things that's going to be out in the public, but there have been invites sent out, not really through Microsoft, things like that, but the Gears of War beta, I can tell you for a 100% fact, people are playing it right now as we speak. So I honestly believe that Microsoft will announce that we'll be playing Gears of War this holiday season, which just kind of adds to what you were saying. There's going to be so many freaking games this holiday season.
They've got their flagship titles, like if they do announce the Gears of War beta to be playable, you've got the Halo 5, you've got Forza Motorsport 6, you've got the Gears, so you've got really big, massive titles all at once. Because when the Xbox One launched, you just got really Rise on Rome, Halo Motorsport, Forza Motorsport 5, but you didn't get big, like a Halo did not launch with the Xbox One, which they really should have done. But this is going to be really big for the Xbox One, and a lot of people are saying that, you know, it's very important to make each E3 different and special. And I've seen a lot of articles where the Phil Spencer and the entire Xbox team are going to make this E3 all about Xbox and specifically the Xbox games, to make it about gaming and not about devices or. Like, because at last E3 with Sony, they moved on to the PlayStation TV and then Now service, and it really did drag from the E3 thing, and that's why I think Xbox really did nail it last E3.
Now, just to clarify to some people about the Gears of War beta, I'm talking about the next iteration, but the Gears of War remaster that's in beta. I don't want people to go in the comment section, oh, you're a fucking liar, Fame. I'm talking about the original Gears of War, the first one, the remaster. That is in beta right now, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see that during the holiday. Now, Chris, I did a video recently talking about E3, because Phil had came out and he was answering questions like he loves to do on Twitter every once in a while, and he was talking, and someone asked him, you know, about Windows 10 and Xbox, how much we'll see. You know, he'll say we'll see some of this, some of that. It'll be some Xbox, some Windows. I did a video about how I believe that Microsoft they're doing a lot to cater to PC, which is awesome, but they need to make sure they don't lose sight of the Xbox, because the one thing the Xbox needs, it has to have a reason to exist. If everything the Xbox does, or every game that it has, if that's on PC, that leaves no uniqueness to the.
And there'll be no point of buying an Xbox One if you could play all the games on PC.
Exactly. So what do you think? You know, as far as your prediction, how much is going to be focused on Windows 10 and Xbox?
In fact, that is a great question, because that is one question that always plagues my mind recently with the announcement of Windows 10, because Xbox is not going to be treated as a console anymore. It's going to be treated as an entertainment service across all platforms with Windows 10. And me and Bidru our own podcast, we were just talking about sort of how Xbox is treated as a whole as an entertainment service, and a Halo 5 going to be playable across PC and across Xbox One. And I do think the Xbox and the console are important. I think maybe years from now, consoles won't be relevant and it will just be the service on devices. But I do think, Microsoft should still focus on the consoles. We haven't reached that point yet where we think, actually, I'm going to play all my games on the PC using the Xbox service, which kind of contradicts with the Steam and all of that. But I think they should focus on selling the consoles, because Microsoft is at a loss at the moment with the selling point of versus PlayStation. I think they really should focus on selling those consoles, and the perfect time to do it is this November with Halo 5.
Yeah, man, that makes absolutely perfect sense. I'm hoping, and I see the future that could be possibly coming with. Without being really much as far as consoles, 10 years from now, just being a service. I can completely see that. Was there anything you want to touch on before we get on out of here, my man?
Yeah, it's just that, I think, this is absolutely fantastic about all the different games, but I think, we're going to be penniless. I'm very much excited about Halo 5, and someone asked me a question like, what game would you choose out of all the ones that are coming, including the AAAs like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and it really is actually a hard choice. And some people say, why not just get Halo 5? There's so many different games coming, and I do think, and even more games coming, I think games are going to have to be either delayed. The games are going to have to be delayed, because this could just be the biggest November lineup we've ever had.
And I am 100% looking forward to it. All right, guys, we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to be linking the Gaming Gentleman Crispy Chris. I'm going to be linking in the description. And I definitely want to make sure you guys go out and check him out. Don't forget, he is also part of the official WeGameHere.com. So it's also, you can go to the website and you can go to his channel and watch his videos. You can all of his tweets, everything will be on the website, the official WeGameHere.com. So, Chris, you want to say good peace out to people before we bounce?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks very much for having me on this podcast, Fame Entertainment. And yeah, everyone, I'd be so glad if you come and support my channel out. It'd be really thankful, and I love every one of your support, and especially with the WeGameHere community and also the extreme Xbox gamers. Check them out as well. And so, without further ado, it's Chris62, your gaming gentleman, signing out.
And this is Fame Entertainment from the official WeGameHere.com, and I'm out.
Straight from the bando, niggas been stacking them bands though. I stay in the hood like a bando, and I look like money, no camo.
Yeah, camouflage behind T, hustle, souped up, Clark Kent. I am maintained, the fuck with you lanes, my side bitch your main, blame it on fame.
This is no flex zone, got ammo. Yo ho, do what I say so. Leave a nigga stiff like Stay